price it correctly, get a mail out, choose a good county to mail it in and get some mail out. That's the whole goal here. There's no side hustle. There's no income possibility of digging yourself out of that hole if you don't get a mailer out.
We are Steve and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
we answer that and more. Today's topic, what's possible in your land side hustle? Let's do some math. Here's the same old story you've heard a million times. I have a job. I don't like my job. I'm out on the internet trying to find some kind of side hustle to do, make some extra money. And it turns out I really like the idea of buying and selling land. I have a baby at home. I have a 2-year-old and a non-compliant wife. But I really want to, do something well with my life. So you got this picture of a spouse. The other spouse has got taking care of the kids. One's a baby, whatever. Maybe they're in an apartment. We've all been through some version of this. If you had never gone through this, you're the smartest person ever, or you inherited a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm never going to dig myself out of this hole. Well, here's what's possible if you start on the side doing this. First of all, I would recommend that you don't spend any money on education, including ours or any of that. I want you to spend a ton of time and energy utilizing all the free resources you possibly can, including this podcast or other people's podcasts, to get this sorted out to the point where you can get your head wrapped around the fact that you got to buy some data or mine some data. You have to price it correctly, get a mail out, choose a good county to mail it in and get some mail out. That's the whole goal here. There's no side hustle. There's no income possibility of digging yourself out of that hole if you don't get a mailer out. It's not going to happen with tax deeds. It's not going to happen with tax liens. You can make some money doing those things. But unless you have a team behind you and a decade of knowledge, that's not going to work. You need to send a mailer out, get some deal flow coming back in, and then surround yourself with a support group like on landinvestors.com or whatever, or Land Academy or Jill's Ladies. What is it called?
Land Academy Ladies.
The Land Academy Ladies now. She's got a whole crew of women that get together once a week and talk about getting to the next step or whatever's important to them.
My live show.
So you need a peer group that's ahead of it further than, it used to be when I was growing up or a young professional, the only way you could get that professionally is to be the new guy in an office, and you would learn from the older guys. And most of them are not nice, especially in Detroit. Different topic. So what's possible? You send this mailer out, you've got this peer group around you, you're starting to get some deal flow, and you're sitting there saying, I don't know if this is a good deal or not. Well, if you look at 10 of them, I can almost guarantee if it's priced relatively correctly, one of them is going to be good. And if you have if you're surrounding yourself with a good peer group, somebody like me or Jill or one of these people in Land Investors or on Discord now is going to say, are you kidding me? This is a great deal and I'd love to fund it. So you don't need any money. Let's do this together. That is how you dig yourself out of a hole financially or whatever situation that you're in. Create a real side hustle for yourself. Get yourself associated with some people who know what they're doing. And here's the math. It's going to cost you about $500 to $700 to send out mail. That first mailer, you're going to get about 5 potential opportunities. Hopefully one or two of them are very viable, maybe more. Sometimes people buy 50.
Right.
Just how it is.
You never know what's going to come back.
Sometimes you go out fishing and you catch a ton. Sometimes you only catch 1 or 2. And so your whole goal is to get that one deal done. If you're doing everything correctly and you're not worrying about money because you don't have any, you're worried about my money. And not even that. I'm worried about my money. So, your job is to find some great deals. We should each clear $10,000 each if it's a good deal. So now you're making, let's say you do this once a month, you're making an extra $10,000 a month. That's the math. Now you're making an extra $100,000, $120,000, $150,000 a month, sending out 1,500 to 2,000 units of mail at a time every month, doing all the hard work that people like me, not so much Joe, but people like me don't want to do. We just want to fund your deal. And that's why we created Land Academy. Mm-hmm. We want you to succeed so we can succeed too, maybe funding your deals. So that's the math. I can go deeply into the math piece of this. It's not too hard to go from 1 deal a month to 2 deals a month. Now you're talking about not $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, and then 1 a week. Now you're talking about $500,000 to $600,000 a year. Now it's not a side hustle situation anymore.
Right.
And now your spouse.
She's on board. He or she's on board, by the way.
She sees a bank account.
Yeah.
Or he. And the kids are a little older and, now you have more time to play the kids. So I'm not trying to paint a rosy picture here. It's a heck of a lot of work. There's a lot of crying and anger but every household's got that. So
I never know.
It just
the
takes
crap
raw.
that Jack says. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
It takes raw gumption to get this done. And if you're motivated to do it, you'll get it done. That's what the word hustle is.
Happy you could join us 5 days a week. You can find us right here on the Land Academy Show. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.